one person. Died 2. Didn't do better than the top player. Not really sure why they'd volunteer for something.
Wake up! Wake up. Welcome to Trivia Night, a shambling homunculus. Wait, have I kidnapped you before? Never mind the rules, let's get to the game. First question. Who is Iggy Azalea? And the correct answer is... who got it right? Which leads only you. I have a surprise for you. Welcome to the killing floor. U plus math equals fun. Answer as many math questions as you can before time runs out. All the other players will be playing along too. And if any of them do better than you, there will be a punishment. Time to get your math on. Don't get crunched by the numbers. We're almost done. I really should have looked at your SAT scores before I kidnapped you. Whoa. This went from a simple murder party to a creepy sociological experiment. You were playing with some grim people. Here's everybody's scores. Don't get too obsessed with your numbers, though. It's mostly about the... Here's another one. What race is not part of the Triple Crown of Motorsport? killing floor. I want to see you spell. Use letters to spell the longest word you can before time runs out. It was really hard to find good cues to cut out. Don't be the person with the shortest word or you'll regret it. Get to it. By the way, the letters don't have to be touching. And don't forget to press submit when you're done. Let's see what you came up with. Brace yourself. Oh wow, I see it's already down to just one player. I should have paced this out better. If you can somehow survive these next 2 questions, I'll give you a chance to escape during the final round. Next question. How many golf clubs are professional golfers allowed to have in their bag? And the correct answer is this one. Only a ghost got it wrong. Too easy. Alright, next question. Okay, just to make sure we're all in the same dimension. How do you spell the name of the bear family that appears in dozens of children's books, at least in this dimension? Who said this? Everyone is wrong. I want to show you something. Let's test your memory. Memorize the pattern. Alright, let's hide my toys. And don't get me started on how memorization is a lost art form ever since the introduction of smartphones. I could talk your ear off. From left to right, what was the order of the colors? Oh, and it probably goes without saying, if you get any of these wrong, I'll have to kill you. But I assume that was obvious. Was this the order you burned into your brain? How'd you do? Mistakes are unacceptable.
Terrible tragedy. I'd stay away from that old abandoned farmer's market if I were you. Rumor has it some awful things happened there. An eerie party game where people died for not knowing trivia questions. At least that's what the press release said. 3 people died. Just how that old soothsayer predicted. Horrible. Well, I'm gonna go masturbate in the graveyard.
Welcome to Fakin' It. I'm Cookie, and I'm excited and scared to see what you're hiding. Couple quick words before we jump into the game. And yes, skipping is an option. During each round of play, each of you is going to be sent a task to raise your hand if you've ever farted. But one of you will get nothing, and that person is the faker. Everyone wants to figure out who the faker is, and the faker just wants to blend in. When you hear the go sound, you either raise your hand or not, depending on whether you've ever farted before, which you have. And the faker just has to fake it. After that, everyone votes on their device who they think the faker is. If everyone picks the correct person, the faker is caught. But here's the most important part. Fakers, if you're caught in a lie, if you raise your hand when you really should have kept it down, lie, cheat, deny, come up with whatever story you have to throw other players off the scent. Be the faker. Some of the tasks will involve raising your hand, or pointing, or maybe making a weird face. But there will always be a faker, and you'll have 3 chances to catch him. Oh, one more quick suggestion before we get going. It's important to be able to see each other, so if possible, consider sitting in a semicircle or like small lines facing each other. Whatever works best while still feeling comfortable. Let's start with Hands of Truth. It's an easy one, just like we saw a minute ago. Everyone's going to get a task that involves raising your hand. Okay, sending the task to your devices now. And the task was, raise your hand if you like games. Change your mind, by the way. The faker can only be caught if the vote is unanimous, so do your best to come to a group consensus. You get 2 more chances to catch that faker. Sending your second Hands of Truth to your devices now. This was the task. Raise your hand if you've pooped your pants as an adult. Vote for the faker now. And everyone voted for. That is indeed the faker.